PTG, Proxy Table Gaming. Lucky Sixes is here with Hyper G.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Feeling playful.
Playful? Oh.
We can go past that.
Good.
Here for a Warhall report. Stop the presses. Warhall.
Good trumpet.
Was that good? Was that alright?
Yeah. That's good enough.
I've been working on it.
Me.
I've been working on it. And here we are with my Highborns.
Hang on, sorry, stop. You sound quite different. You sound sharper or something. What's changed?
Is that better? Is that different for you?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was recording from a different source or something.
No, it's this for... No, different recording. I haven't changed anything.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, all right. Sorry, I just thought I'd say because it seemed a bit different. But...
Fair enough.
Go back one, and we'll redo that.
I'll just do it from this because it will just be on this. Okay. And we're the Highborns!
Hey, Highborns! Yay! That looks like a very serious Highborn elf. I don't think we've seen Highborn elves in the new episodes either.
We haven't seen Highborns for a long time.
No.
That my Highborns have taken a back seat for other stuff.
I mean, no one else plays them, so...
Literally.
Yeah. Certainly not the master.
But yeah, so no, nice to get them out. Jack Chapman on his VC said I've got a really janky vampire list. I want to try get on Warhall, bro. And we talked like that, and I was like, "Yeah, cuz, let's do this."
Sounds like something you'd do.
It was literally there wasn't much actual words. It was more just slang.
Yes.
And we soon realised that we had to actually talk. So we did, and set up a time, and Dawn Assault, Hold Centre, my Highborns versus the Vampire Covenant of Jack.
So this is actually a friendly match.
Friendly? Oh, friends! Oh,
when does that happen these days?
Ooh, friends. Yeah, I know, right? So nice to say that it was really, really, all the way through was a good laugh as well. So
based on it being a friendly match, you obviously decided to try something different with Highborn Elves.
Try some... No, I hadn't played them for ages, so I wanted to try them. So, my list. Very, very similar. The only difference being my mage on a young dragon has obsidian rock. That's the big change.
Wow, it's so different.
For a Queen's Guard, I think. That's how it changes. But there was a bit of points difference before, so I think I've lost 3 Queen's Guard in the thing.
That's a lot. Usually you gain 10.
It's 90 points, surprisingly.
That's quite significant, actually.
Otherwise, Mage on a Young Dragon, shooting around in the Pyro, High Prince, Spear Prince, just in the Sea Guard, and Master of Conrad Tower, BSB in the Sea Guard as well. All of the characters have a 6-up Aegis, of course. Still got... Oh, this is a thing, actually. I've only got 1 Eagle. So I think I've lost some Queen's Guard and an Eagle. So it's a fair amount of change. Yeah. But I've just lost stuff this time around.
You weren't playing with Sea Guard Reapers before either.
No, I had...
it's very different.
I don't know. I think I've been playing... I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so...
I can't remember the last battle you had with Highborn.
26 Sea Guard, Navigator's Banner, that's a staple. 31 Citizen Spears with Warbearer Rhymer, that's a staple. 6 Knights of Rhymer Musician, that's a staple. Catclaw, he's in. He's
always
survived the cut. I did. Yeah. I was like, I don't know, but he survived the cut. Giant Eagle, Suicide.
Suicide. I was going to ask which one.
He's always first up. Definitely, which gets a bit cranky.
Well, he will do as he's on the Stubbs bench.
Yeah, well, especially now. Yeah. 16 Queen's Guard with Banner of Bikamin. I think another slight change might be that the Bikamin banner came out of characters and got put into Queen's Guard.
Sure.
And then 2 Sea Guard Reapers for a bit of shooting. So I've got loads of shooting, but this is less deceptive, basically. On that front.
I don't think you can call it deceptively when you stick 2 Sea Guard Reapers.
No, that's where the deceptiveness comes in. This one looks like a Warhall. which is pretty nice. The dragon in particular is quite
pre-renders, aren't they?
Pre-renders. There will be from October some new stuff coming in.
From now, actually.
But you need to have. So
yes, you need to have pledged to get access to it yourself.
So from September is when anyone can access it and stuff. But if you have pledged, you will see the new renders of the Highborns as well. So that's cool. Vampire list. So this is the vampire list. He's got a big old killy vampire on both Lemire. Big old killy vampire on Skeletal Steed with Witchcraft, Wizard Master. So 1,000 points in that bad boy.
Nice.
He's very killy, very magic-y, and very good, basically. The Courtier BSB, similarly pretty killy. Both have the 4-up special save of different types. Both have decent armour, so there you go. They're on the spectral steeds that can fly as well, which is quite important for this. 45 skeletons, Legion Banner. 59 zombies, Standard Bearer Musician, smaller unit.
59?
Yeah, he's a big old. You don't see that very often, do you? Big old. I think you're going to see it more and more with. I especially like this setup as well. 2 Direwolf Chaff, Court of the Damned with the Aegis that goes in the skeletons.
Absolutely.
War skeletons. Baronites, which I wasn't sure. I guess they're in there for fast-ish scoring, but I wasn't overly impressed by them. 8 Vampire Spawn and 3 Winged Reapers. So the Winged Reapers are nice to see, and something different.
So Jack's obviously got a plan with this list, hasn't he?
He has, and you'll see it immediately from deployment. But the Winged Reapers sort of pump out a decent amount of attacks, strength 5 attacks, with decent offensive skill as well. So they're just there to help the counter charge and to help the big blocks, really.
Yeah.
So, onto deployment. Oh no, this is his list, but it is also deployment as well. So Baronites are just there. I made the stupid mistake of saying, because just in front of them is a house, I said, "Oh, do you not want to move them?" And when you say that to a better player, and they go, "They've got Ghost Step," you go, "All right, I'll shut up." I'm going to shut up. But so both his Spectral Seed characters are in with the Vampire Spawn.
Oh, that's cheeky.
Yeah. So that's interesting,
isn't it?
Yeah. Direwolves go at the front, blocks behind with the Winged Reapers on the side. He was
6 wide with these big zombies.
He is, yeah, because he had to be, and skeletons, because he had to be to actually fit on the board.
Oh right, okay, gotcha.
So
nice.
Yeah,
that hasn't happened since the good old Skaven old days.
Yeah. So he had to be that wide at least to start off with. He dropped for first, which shocked me immediately. I'm already on the back foot.
Has he not seen any of our battle reports?
Well, clearly, or he has.
Has he not? There is that.
There's one of the two, but yeah.
I mean, that's just not. That's just rude, isn't it? Really.
Because he did that, he vanguarded up his dogs and ready to move on. And move on, he does.
What are your
in turn one. On my I'll go back one, then I'll go back. Because he dropped, I moved quite far back. I thought from him, thinking that he's going to have to move up, or I'm just going to shoot him to shit. But I basically put everything, all my shooting, into his main block, a Vampire Spawn. The thing I know about Vampire Spawn is they don't stick around if enough shooting goes into him. So I basically just put him into that. Everything else on the right, hoping to clear the Winged Reapers and then go into the big blocks.
Sure.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm behind the hill with the line with Catclaw, but that's just so that I can move around and do stuff over there. I want to see how aggressive he gets, really, on that side, because I think my 3 blocks over there can do it enough.
Okay.
Over to him, he just moves forward slightly on the right, but he bombs it forward on the left.
Doesn't he
Does a bit of chaffing as well, so I can't directly chaff, although I'm not too bothered about that chaff. I think
no.
Either way I would have been fine. whether I've been there or not. My dragon is in the ruins, bottom left as well, for a little bit camouflaged, but I'm not too bothered about that because I'll be able to. Quite happy actually because he hasn't got much range, so I'll be able to move my young dragon around and just fire the fireball and stuff in all day long.
He's rocking witchcraft, isn't he? Which is mess about.
So my main thing is I don't want him to Raven's Wing up further. But right there, he's got some long charges on my thing. I'm not too fussed. I think in hindsight, I could have been, because it's Dawn Assault, that's the furthest I could have gone over there. I could have been more over the right and cornered on the right hand side to give him longer to actually come at me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't too, even seeing him come right up, I wasn't too bothered.
Sure.
In Magic, he gets 2 and 3 spell off on Witchcraft. One of the ones is the one that stops me shooting at all, and -2. I actually tried to get rid of that because that was, I thought, well, even if he, so I wanted to save some dice for Raven's Wing. I can't remember which one it was. What it's called, but basically, I saved all my dice for it, and he put his last dice into it, so I know he wasn't going to Raven's Wing.
So, Twisted Effigy is the one that means you can't shoot and suffer a -2 modifier to your casting rolls. That's
is that
3.
What's number 2?
Number 2 is Deceptive Glamour, -1 offensive, defensive, and agility.
He got that one off. I let it through. He wasn't bothered because he wanted the attribute on his main unit, which is cool. That's a really good thing. Give them extra movement. So and then
stack. He's actually put 2.
Yeah, it does that. So then he put all the rest of his dice on Twisted Effigy. I put the rest of mine that I'd saved. I think it was 3 versus 5, and I didn't get it off.
Okay.
Which also means I can't shoot. I was actually going to stand there, not charge his dogs and shoot them. Because of that, I was like, oh, now I've got to charge him.
So he knew that your list was deceptively shooty then?
Well, yeah. It's because it's not deceptive.
This boy, isn't
it's not deceptive.
It's not deceptive anymore, is it? Yeah. It's deceptive glamour. Hey.
I was gutted about that because I did save all my dice for it. But because of that, I had to charge, and I do. And otherwise, just move my young dragon out of line of sight. Not long charge for a Baronite. See if he wants it. I'm only res 5, but I'm not sure he really wants to do it. But we'll see. And just basically set up for everything to shoot against his main unit, really. Move up onto the hill ever so slightly, leaving, I think, double 6 charges with everything. But otherwise, I don't need to move up on that side. I'm pretty happy. It's hold the centre, so at some point I will. Right now...
hold the centre, of course.
Right now, it's all just about the big Vampire Spawn unit.
Of course,
I get a decent start, getting a pyro flow and a fireball off.
Fireball? I don't see people take fireball that often.
Yeah, it was just I did that one first, I think, just to get the, and then the attribute as well. I don't actually roll very well though.
I was going to say, they didn't take a lot.
I do 0 wounds with my fireball, and then with the higher pyro flow, I actually do 3 wounds. So it wasn't the best. wasn't the best.
So you were only wounding on 4s there.
Yeah, even with the attribute. So I only did 3 wounds total. Possibly 4, but you can't really tell from this point because it overruns away. It doesn't Warhall. But yeah, not the best magic phase, but not the worst. I still killed one of them off. So there's that.
Blown up your dragon.
In shooting, with everything else, I shoot at him and kill another 2. So I'm like, well. Again, I was hoping for maybe 4 or 5 with magic and shooting to be gone, but is what it is, sort of thing. And kill the dogs and move like so. Basically, I'm expecting him to come down on one of those units, and I'll get, if he turns, I'll get a counter charge, or if he goes off the board, I can just sit there and wait till he comes back and shoot him to shit then.
Yeah, it looked like when I first saw that, it looked like you were giving a nice flank charge, but I'm almost certain that you wouldn't do that.
It's just to the millimetre, which is why it probably looks like that. But on to his turn. Oh, that's just an overview because I like the overview.
I was going to say he didn't charge.
Yeah. He does charge. Over to here. So he had a little thing about he doesn't want to go into the Sea Guard. Obviously.
No.
I can't cover volley because of Twisted Evershy as well. So it's a huge spell. It's cost me so many shots at this unit. So so I can't cover volley. And he decides not to go against Queen's Guard because they can stand and shoot. And wants to go over to here, initially thinking he can go into flanks and things like that.
Is it just the vampire charging on the whole unit?
No, the whole unit.
Okay.
He does it, and he positions himself like this because he's realised that if he goes over ever so slightly to the right, he goes into my flank, I have no way of completing the charge, and he has no way of completing because how big we are. So his only option is to run off the board. So actually... and I didn't plan this. This isn't me planning it, but in the way I've positioned myself so far at the board, it's actually helped me with overruns and things like that. So it flukily has meant that his best option is to go off the board after charging in.
Yeah.
So
are you saying your Sea Guard Reaper won't hold combat? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Emphatically, yes.
Shame.
But yeah. So otherwise, just. Moving forward ever so slightly.
It's kind of like just what happens over there is the battle.
It's everything.
Everything else is just holding until that's resolved, really.
Absolutely. So, I mean, he's going for the centre, basically, just making sure that's that. And he will get this turn because I won't have enough to go after him. So there's that. Gets Hereditary off, which I think about stopping because I don't want him regrowing stuff and go, you know what? No, I'm going to save all my dice for Twisted Effigy.
Oh.
Which he gets off. Onto there's no shooting. Onto magic, and because and he also raises dead because I've got rid of all my dice.
What did you dispel?
No, I didn't. I didn't dispel anything. Yeah,
sure.
So after combat, he's just reformed to go slightly narrower. That's the opposite to wide. And just like so. Just looking at what I can do again because Twisted Evershy off. I can't shoot these guys or anything, and I need them out of the way for later on. So just,
of course you do, yeah.
Just charge.
Just get rid of
so
them.
Jack's doing playing it really well in he's janking me up and the stuff. And
anyone would think he was quite good at tactics, really, wouldn't you?
Well, when you get two Twisted Effigies off for free, basically. Anyway, I decide not to do much in the way of my Queen's Guard. They're going to be dead positioned like that, so that I'm hoping that if he overruns, I'll be able to then get a counter charge into my. So if he overruns into my Sea Guard Reaper, I'll be able to counter charge and get into him. And if not, he goes off the board, and again I just turn to face and see what I can do. My young dragon comes down here just in case he doesn't run off the board for any reason, so I can get counter charges as well. But yeah, again, just see what we can shoot off. I'm gonna say this is magic and shooting.
Combat by the looks of it, because you killed the zombies with the
combat. Yeah, so this is after magic and shooting and combat. So again, I did 9 wounds to him with everything. That's including a breath weapon, I think, as well on my dragon. So I've got a feeling Queen's Guard. 16 of them should do more because I have in the past, but strength 4, res 4 is always a thing. But yeah, so it is what it is. And I turn to face this way because he can either charge into me there or it don't matter, So here we go. He takes this charge. He goes into my Queen's Guard as expected. Can't stand a shoot offs. And starts moving forward with his amazingly big block of skeletons.
Yeah, he's got a lot of dead people coming towards you.
You'll notice Twisted Effigy is off again.
A new one? A new one?
Oh my goodness. This was not... And of course, because now I'm thinking... the magic phases are now just... I just don't let Twisted Effigy off. And then it goes off, and then he casts other spells. So Raven's Wing happened, which puts me in a bit... that's a bit difficult for me. But yes, So this is what we have to deal with.
A bit difficult for you,
yeah. Rock in a hard place.
Man.
Or it's more like a chainsaw and a
and a blender,
yeah. I don't know. Kills Queensguard for naught, which is a shame.
Jeez.
But he does go first with his vampires, so they did a lot.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm only strength 3 on a Queensguard, so not a lot else.
Yeah. I'm guessing it didn't even matter whether you had spears or not, really.
No, runs off the board to safety, so you're like, okay, fine.
It's almost like you didn't need to worry about stopping you shooting them.
Yeah. At this point as well, Suicide, he's gone off this way thinking that it's more important to help these over there.
Yeah,
and it's at this point we'll go, I really wish he was here so I could stop this massive block. But yes, so overview. I decided to take some long bomb charges because I was
going to say you're probably a bit naffed off at this point.
I may as well. Yeah, it's a friendly game. Let's have some go. So I needed a double 12 for the Cat Claw and Rhymer.
Really?
Not double
12.
That's quite high. Yeah. No wonder I failed.
Even for you.
But the spears come forward and go, you know what, I can probably take most of that there. So, yep. And I'm far enough from the Wing Reapers to not really bother. The Eagle just goes, you know what, I'm just going to sit
here. yeah, I'm going to survive, thanks, mate.
Into magic and shooting. I think this is just magic actually. Start whittling down where I can. I think that's enveloping embers, the one that everyone takes one.
Yeah.
So
only strength 3, but
yeah. Starts whittling down where I can. That's going to help because I need them down before combat really. And I shoot off 2 Baron Knights with the Boffer. So
that's handy. Yeah.
Overview. Oh no, this is overview and after combat, and I do get a buff on them, so +1 strength. But in some really weird thing, I don't know. I was losing concentration clearly, but I overran into the forest.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you didn't need to overrun there. Surely you were already in the middle of the centre, weren't you?
I absolutely didn't need to overrun whatsoever, and it would have been much better.
It's just a unit of zombies. 2 units of zombies in front of you.
Yeah, but then the Wing Reapers in the flank.
The Reapers on the flank, yeah. They wouldn't have been in the flank if you hadn't overrun either, would they?
It would have been a really long charge. But so yeah, I mean, if you can say I'm unlucky for everything, but that was just stupid.
Yeah,
because everybody knows what's coming.
Stupid.
And this is what's coming. So charge everything, baby.
Absolutely, it is.
So no stand and shoot, obviously for Seaguard. And the vampires come on as well, just to be.
Yeah, they're not even bothering with that Seaguard Reaper either. So, yeah.
I mean, I was kind of handling the vampires and everything, and now it's just gone to pot. So
yeah. I mean, are you not thinking your dragon needs to pull it out a bit here?
Well, yeah, but until then he didn't. He was doing a good enough job zoning and flaming everything.
Zoning? You haven't really kept Jack back at all.
No, right. Zoning wouldn't be a good thing. Hereditary.
There he goes.
I have to let the hereditary off on them so that
to stop effigy.
To stop other stuff.
Even though now you're in combat and you don't need to shoot.
He gets 2 spells off. Yeah, he gets 2 spells.
Or does he not cast it?
No, he doesn't cast it. He doesn't need to.
Of course
not. It anymore. This is what happens after combat. But of course, I'm not steadfast for any reason, and I lose, and I run, and
munchy time.
I get absolutely munched. Yeah. So over here. This is after combat. He goes for my BSB.
Okay.
Because he knows that I have not much in the way of saves. I only have a 6-up save, and that wasn't enough against the court.
That's not the slither guy.
No. It's Master of Conrad Tower though, so decent amount of chunkage. And I flee. With my Seaguard and
well, he's got a lot of combat res in that with the Legion banner and 3 rounds charge standard.
He did enough wounds.
Down couldn't hold that on its own.
Let's see, how many did I do? So I want to say I did 7 wounds all told, including my sliver prints, which wasn't great.
But his static combat res is already like 6.
Yeah. So and doing all that and he did a decent amount of wounds. I think he killed 6 to me as well. 7 actually. Plus so at least 10 wounds. So I'm way down, and I think I think it's an auto run. But I do get away at least. And again, let's go for broke. Let's start killing the rest of the way. So Rymanites come in the flank of these zombies.
Yeah, you should be able to deal with that.
So I'm hoping to.
I would hope.
I'm hoping to deal with that, go into the flank of these, and my dragon goes to the rear of them. Not great, but it might save my sea guard basically.
Yeah.
Because I am only a young dragon. I'm not like a big old mert.
Just a young dragon.
Yeah, I do rally though, which is good, and I get some spells off because I'm Order of the Fiery Heart. I get Pyro Flow into the unit, which is nice. Don't do too many, but it just helps to see how many. Gonna say 5, maybe 4 wounds to it, but I just wasn't rolling well for the 3d6. Rymanites do the business and go through as expected.
Good.
And I do a decent amount of wounds and crumbling, but he turns around and it's not looking great for my point dragon because there are counter charges.
Yeah.
But what it probably has done is save my sea guard.
Yes.
Because this is getting on to turn 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, in terms of hold the centre, I'm guessing he's like 2-0 up at this point.
Yes, this will be 2-0 up. So I'm hoping that I can go through these guys soon, at least on my turn, and get some scoring. My knights are scoring. Again, the spears dying there was so stupid. It just didn't need to be done. So, but yeah, he goes in, action shot, which would have been more epic if there wasn't just a blob.
Yeah, the bar soap, isn't it?
Yeah, I was not gonna lie. But however, it's a cool shot.
You know, it's an unorthodox decoration, but, you know.
And he gets Flux card 2 off, I believe. Twisted Effigy off on my bolt thrower, and in this case, I let that go. It's like, so what, you know, sort of thing. It's to try and stop. The big thing I try and stop is hereditary. I don't want anything growing back.
No,
that's a huge thing. I'm going to say this is after combat. I do loads of wounds, but I think he does one to me as well. But we smash him and he holds, which is fair enough. Well, it crumbles. This is the combat. So there's a challenge. I think I challenge and he accepts. And smashes me 2 bits.
I'm guessing that was the 1,000 point now.
Yeah,
accepting the challenge.
It was just by the man, but just by the point. But yeah, so not great. Turns around to face like that. Let's see. So I go into just in the front there, and these two go in to help the Knights of Rhymer because I need that gone now. Even the eagle going in, I just need it gone. That's all I can do. I'll have to deal with these when they come in, but I need to try my best where I can. They will get in. Happy days. I've got no magic, so we go straight on to combat. If we go back here, so they've got 5, 10, 12 skeletons.
Still static combat res 6 though.
Yeah, so my lord is here, so he will come into play. I'm 8 wide, so I've got 16, 17. Let's look at that. So I kill 6 skeletons and do nothing else. And he does. I'm 7 wide here, so there's 8. Yeah, enough to.
You might get. You know, after this battle, you might actually get audited because this is unusual behaviour.
I know this isn't good. I basically just fluff everything. That's what it happens, and I do 6 wounds, but that's through my Lord and Sea Guard. My guy does nothing.
It's not going well.
No, it's not. But yeah, it was good. So we were having a laugh all the way through everything happening.
Of course.
So Jack's playing it really, really well, really tight with things. and because of that, I'm not able to use a lot of my tools and then Twisted Effigy and stuff. So, but yeah, I actually had to test here.
I bet you did, yeah.
Because of the amount of wounds he did to me. So that was fun. But I held, and we crack on.
Good.
Really. Up at the top, I do a bunch of wounds, but don't quite get through him.
So a lot of killing to do.
Counter charges come in.
I guess that's the benefit of starting with a big block of zombies, which every time you get in a rise off, you're growing him even more.
Yeah.
So that unit was silly big.
Yeah, it was decent. Yeah. He goes in and he chooses to go into my eagle and chariot with everything.
Yeah.
So
doesn't have to worry about the Sea Guard anymore.
Yeah. So just thinking that they're not going to impact. Probably he's going to lose that unit, but this is his turn 5, so we've got. Once he gets the centre, he's got the objective. He just run everything away. Happy days, really. This is overview.
Reaper's charging as well.
Yeah, everything getting in. I think this is just some overview shots. He gets hereditary off on his skeletons, which is frustrating.
The Sea Guard will be there all day.
I think at this point I let everything go off that he wanted to on the top combat, because I'm like,
he's got wheel turns on the Reapers. That's nice.
Yeah, so all that sort of stuff. And I tried to stop the hereditaries and just didn't. So fair play. This is
going his way.
And yeah, I'm going to go to the next picture because I'm not 100% sure what happened here. But as you can tell, I didn't really do anything. He kills Catclaw and the Eagle, overruns with them and turns to face with the Vampire Spawn just in case. They just turn around, Bright Eyes. And that just continues over in the middle. So
continues until Sea Guard death.
Yeah, it's just mental. It was really. I'm just not doing wounds. I just can't for the life of me do wounds to his unit. So
yeah, I mean, I guess you are only strength 3 against res 3. So
in my next turn, we go straight to combat. There's nothing else. And I kill his court, but his skeletons kill the rest of me. Yeah, and I don't do that. I actually don't do that many wounds with my Sea Guard either.
No.
Which means I lose combat and
you run.
And I run, and he catches me. And then
I was going to say that your Slither Lord could actually just blend the rest of the skeletons, but
he should have. But you'll notice from the last 2, he's done nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, so. You could have killed that Court of the Damned in one go on another day.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a mop-up job now. I'm thankful that it's the last turn or whatever, and we end it there with just my bolt thrower looking on the whole blooming vampire army.
I mean, at what point did you pick up your trousers? Because
He didn't give me a chance to lube up either, this guy. I was just straight in from it. But
jeez, that was brutal.
Yeah, no, it was a good fun game. It was fun. I really liked his list. We had a good chat before and after about his list and what it does and stuff. And obviously, I get from looking aside from all the dice, whatever. Him getting first turn was quite big because obviously I could shoot him and stuff if I had first turn. Then a few. Like the Twisted Effigies, just reducing that whole block was good. So that's the one spell he needed off every time. The spears in the middle, huge. Why I overrun, I don't know. I knew it as soon as I said it and rolled it. I went, why did I do that?
Yeah. But obviously, I mean, you needed a fair whack to get into the zombies, didn't you? And even if you did get into the zombies, you're still in the forest.
Yeah,
you're still getting flanked.
I mean, we did talk about it at the time as well, but I was like, you know what? I've said it now. I know it's a friendly game and everything, but I want to see if they can hold. I want to see if they can what the damage would be.
Sure.
It doesn't matter, right? Yeah, and it was massive.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, good one though. Good to see Warhall in action again. Obviously, looking forward to seeing more renders as we go forward with it.
On the official, it was 20-0.
Oh well, yes. Well done, Jack.
Yes, but well done, Jack. I do need a rematch though.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to need a physical battle. He's moved up to London though, so I'll have to do it at a tournament somewhere. But
throw him down.
Yeah,
sure. Wicked. So let us know if you wish to ask questions about Lucky Six's state of mind after that, because I can't explain it. And yeah, give us some comments. Let us know what you think about the battle and whatever else you want to talk about. Really, it's all good fun. We've got an interesting week coming up. We're calling it Hobgoblin Week.
Hobgoblin Week next week. Yeah, obviously with the Vermiswarms book coming out very soon, we've swapped them over. Yes. So the Vermiswarms are done first, and but next week we've got a battle report and a book review coming. So you lucky fellas.
Yeah, it won't be quite the 2-hour slog of the Vermiswarm book review. Just to
certainly not.
Slightly less, maybe an hour and a half. No, I can't remember what it is. Yes,
it's under an hour. It's under an hour.
Yeah. We'll look forward to that for next week and roll on and see what comes up next.
Absolutely. Yeah. See you later.